Hello. Another review. This one is a full review, length review on Tom of Finland. Excuse me. So this is by the perfume house Etat Libre d'Orange. Probably butchering that French, but I'm trying my best. So thanks again for stopping by and your subscriptions, your likes, comments, everything. Love it. Please continue it. But back to the fragrance. So this is a fragrance that I've been wanting hunting for a couple of years. I bought their full discovery set kind of like when I first got into fragrances back in like 2018 ish, or like I should say, really got into fragrances. It was one of the first perfume houses that I explored because they provided all of their fragrances in a kit. And it was this box. It was, yeah, at the time they probably added, I don't know, another 10 or 15 since then. But this was one of them that stood out to me. They all are very kind of unique and do their own thing. But this is, let's see, do a spray here. My scent of the day. Um, it takes after the name Tom of Finland, which is no longer available for copyright reasons. They call it Clean Suede now. I think that changed a few years ago. But the Tom of Finland was, I think, a comic book or some kind of an article that was geared towards the, I guess, homosexual crowd or lifestyle. It was like this character that they created, and they took the name from it because it's supposed to be kind of this like very masculine scent, but at the same time like subtle and what was a popular term kind of in like the early 2000s, like metrosexual. And I think it's kind of supposed to give you that kind of vibe. But, you know, to me, it's a very heavy sandalwood, creamy, fragrance, suedey leather that is a little bit lemony, like citrusy, and just like cozy, I should say. Something, if you have never smelled this, something that is similar, it's not going to be the same, is Prada Carbon Luna Rosa Black. So it's kind of got that same kind of like Tonka sandalwoody vibe, but this to me has a little bit more oomph, a little bit more spice to it, and definitely stronger projection, like stronger performance. Just overall, a very, I don't want to say beastly because it's not something that attacks your nose, but it definitely leaves a sillage, and you're going to get a trail, right? And that's sillage. So I'll give you an example. I was at Half Price Books the other day, and they have these little coves for the different categories, right? History, whatever, fiction, nonfiction. And I was in one of them, and my wife comes around the corner, and she comes into the area that I was in, and she's like, I didn't know where you were, but I just smelled where you were, and I was wearing this fragrance. So that gives you an idea about the type of sillage it leaves. Very easy to get found. You saw the sprayer too. It sprays out a lot of juice, and it doesn't really have a whole lot of development. So you're going to smell different facets of the fragrance throughout its life, but it's going to kind of stay the same. And it does smell different up close versus far away. In the air, I get some of that more, that suedey kind of like almost this little bit woody bitterness twang to it. And then uh, closer, it really dials in on, to me, the leather. Like you can smell the leather much closer, and the, kind of the vanilla tonka y vibe. Um, the ingredients do say, it says it has ambergris or ambergris in it. Um, Main notes: aldehydes, lemon, birch leaves, pine, pepper, vanilla, ambergris, and suede. And that's, like I said, I don't know. Maybe I get that ambergris, but not. I get more of the suede, lemony, and some of the woods. I couldn't like pinpoint, say whether it's birch or pine. and I don't really get too much of like a black cracked pepper. Um, but yeah, so performance, I already kind of touched on that. Great. Longevity definitely lasts 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours easy. Time of year, it's hot. It's like 95 degrees out right now. Does well. It's going to punch through most of the cold weather. It's not going to be, you know, overtaken depending on how cold it is, but, 30s, 40s be just fine. Um, Something else that I wanted to talk about is the juice color. So it doesn't normally, like, this is an old bottle because it still has the name, um, but it's clear. And I think the new bottle is, you can't see through it, but it does change. So if you see this, right, or a clear one, it's an older bottle is probably going to have this juice change to this orangey color. And that's normal. Um, the release, let's see here. It was, I don't know when it was released. Let me see here. Have y'all tried this? Any thoughts on it? Or any other fragrances from Eldo, which is the acronym for Etat Libre d'Orange. Easier to say than the whole word, but or the whole house name. Let's see. I'll tell you when it was released. It was released in 2007, so it is a little bit older, and the notes on Fragrantica are going to be a little bit different. They list, let's see, opening aldehydes and lemon, middle notes birch, pine, cypress, pepper, geranium, galbanum, base notes suede, vanilla, iris, tonka, musk, vetiver, ambergris, and styrax. So quite a few more listed on Fragrantica versus what you would find on the Eldo website. Take it for what it is. It's all open to interpretation. Like I said, for me, I get that citrus, the suede for sure, and then little bits of the kind of going back from the muskiness to the uh, to the woodsy kind of plays back and forth. I think it's a fantastic fragrance. Very, very clean to me, um, and something that I recommend getting your nose on if you can. So again, that's gonna kind of wrap it up. Trying to keep a little bit shorter. See how you guys like that as far as like time length and everything. If you've tried this, let me know in the comments down below. Again, as always, if you want me to review a certain fragrance in the future, let me know that too. Thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't care. It's all good. Comments always welcome, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.